Here, today we are going to learn about the gateway redundancy. Basically, we have a particular single gateway on our network and we create the more than one gateway for the redundancy purpose or the fault tolerance. But on our devices, we can keep only one gateway. So here, we have the two different gateways as 192.168.10.10 and 192.168.10.20. If I set the gateway as 192.168.10.10 to my devices, then they are going to forward the package to the different network or to the internet towards the gateway 1, and it will be responsible to make the communication. But whenever the gateway 1 fails, then the gateway will not change automatically on our devices. So still the packet will be forwarded to the gateway 1 and it will drop over here. So if you want to make the gateway 2 as a gateway, then we need to change the address to 20. And now it will forward to this one. But again, if it fails, then automatically this will not be the gateway. So this issue will face again and again. So for that case, there is a technology which will help us to create a virtual router and we can assign a particular subnet to it. This is not a physical device, this is a virtual router. So now after creating the virtual router, we will provide the gateway to it as 192.168.10.1, and among the router, one of them will elect as a forwarder and it will forward the traffic, and another will be act as a backup or standby. So for that case, we can achieve this by three different methods: SSRP protocol or VRRP or GLPP. But now we are going to learn about the SSRP. SSRP is a hot standby router protocol. It elects one router as active and other as a standby. Standby can be one or more than one. So the active router will be elected by the higher or the highest SSRP priority or the higher address. So by default the priority will be 100. We can extend it to up to 255, but the default priority will be 100. So they are going to elect on the basis of the addresses. So among them, the addresses of gateway 2 is higher, so it will be the active by default. But if we want to make the gateway 1 as a active, then we need to have the higher priority value. So here there is two different versions on the SSRP. One is version 1 and another is version 2. We know that for the each and every gateway, we need to have a ARP resolution on our network. So for that case, for the virtual address or the virtual router address, we have two different MAC range. If we use the version 1, then we are going to get this MAC address. And if we use the version 2, then we are going to get this. And the group number will be the higher on the version 2. We can create up to 0 to 4095 group numbers. And on the version 1, the MAC address range on two last 8 bit will be for the group numbers. And on the version 2, last 12 bits will be for this group number. And the multicast address for the version 1 is 224.0.0.2 and version 2 is 224.0.0.102. So here we are going to enable the SSRP. So let me configure through the gateway 1. Now enable the SSRP. First of all, let me choose the version. And now let me provide the virtual router address. 12 is a group number. And the IP address is 192.168.10.1. So I have to enable the same thing on the gateway 2 also, or other router who is gonna be the participate in this selection. So now both of the gateway will elect and find one of them as a active router. So here on this scenario, gateway 2 will win the election. Right now, you can see group number is 12 and the interface where the election will held through is F0/0. The priority is 100, default priority, and P indicate the preemption. Preemption means normally if we make this, right now this is an active router and the standby router is this one. Here now you can see. So the active router is the local router and the standby is 192.168.10.10. So here, if the active router fails, then standby will be the active. And if you repair it again or if you bring this gateway back again to your network, then this is not going to be the active again until and unless we do the re-election or this router fails. So for the case that if you want to make the active router again back as an active, then we need to enable the preemption so that it can automatically become the active whenever you bring back after maintenance. So for that case, we need to enable the preemption. One more thing, if you right now the gateway 2 is your active router, but if you want to make the gateway 1 as active, then you need to increase the priority. You can keep the priority up to 0 to 255, so you have to give the more priority than gateway 2, and the default is 100, so let me give the 150. So right now the gateway 1 has the higher priority. So here you can see it changes the position from standby to the active. So now the standby router is this one. And gateway 1 is our active router. If you want to see the detailed information, then you can use show standby. Here you can see the state is active and virtual IP address is 192.168.10.1 and you can see the virtual MAC address. C is the last bit, the last section is for the C is for the group number and we have used the group number 12, so in hexadecimal 12 is the C. And by default the timing will be 3 seconds and hold on timing will be the 10 seconds. So if you want to change the timers also, then you can change it like this. 1 second for the hello timing and 3 seconds for the hold down timing. And configure the same thing on the gateway 2 also. Also, if you want to enable the authentication, then there are the two type of authentication we can configure. One is plaintext, another is MD5. Now, let me enable the MD5 authentication. So here you can enable the MD5 also, plaintext also. You have to provide the same authentication to the next router which is participated in the election. Okay. Now on your devices, you need to keep the gateway as 192.168.10.1. So right now this is the active router and the standby is 192.168.10.20. So let me check on the PC1. This is the router iOS, so I have configured the default route. You can also use the gateway on your default gateway as a address. So right now the gateway is 10.1. So it is able to make the communication. So right now 192.168.10.10 is working as an active router. If because of some reason, if this gateway fails, then automatically gateway 2 will regain the position as active. Here you can see. And when it came back, then it will be the active again because we have enabled the Primsum. But the concern is that if the WAN interface fails or if there is no connection on the WAN side, then it will be the disturb on the LAN side. They will not know about the connection fail. So for that case, if certain disturbance occur on the WAN side, then the gateway 1 should leave its position and the gateway 2 should become the active. So for that case, we need to track this interface. So let us track the interface. And here we need to give the decrement value. By default, the decrement value is 10. That means if certain disturbance occur, then it will decrease the priority value by 10. Still, if we decrease just a 10, then it will be the 140 and the priority of this standby is 100. So to make the standby as active, we need to make the gateway 1 priority lower than 100. So for that case, I'm going to decrease it with the 60 decrement value. So now here you can say if right now this is the active router, gateway 1 is the active. So if one connection fails, then it is going to decrease the priority with the 90 and now gateway 2 will be the active router. So whenever it came back, then again it will gain the, so now it became the active router. So this is how you can configure the SSRP.